Hi Darren.
Hello Megan.
We try to walk a fine line between giving support and allowing somebody to become dependent on us, which of course we don't want. We want to help them manage their own resources and be independent and empowered.
Faith sees a bigger picture. Faith is about recognizing the innate dignity and value of every human being, whatever the circumstances, whatever has happened, is happening in their lives. Faith allows me to see that person as a child of God with dignity and value and worth.
What they gave me, I would say they gave me a lot of love.
A lot of love.
Oh, they gave me a lot of love. I mean, they were there for me. They had a lot of time for me. You know. They're very supportive. Very supportive. Yeah.
Most of the people, I think, who are involved in our basic care and community groups are people who share that conviction, who are able to see beyond the crimes that people have committed.
When we explain what basic care and communities is, or when we try and explain it to people, they often say, oh, that's mentoring. Mentoring is a very popular thing now within the world of criminal justice. But of course mentoring, the idea of mentoring is, I'm okay and you're not okay. I will show you the way because you're not as good as me. And we don't believe that.
They said to me basically, we're not here to judge you. We're not here to babysit you. We're here to help you in whatever it is you need to be helped in. We're just here to advise you, shadow you, point you in the right direction. So like, you know, like basically like I was saying, like we can show you the door, but it's just for you to open it and go in.
You know, about what you got out of the training and just... So during the training process, while they're learning about the criminal justice system, they're learning about the sort of people that we support and the type of support that we give them, how we do it and so on. I'm also observing them, how they operate within a group, what sort of values they're expressing in terms of offenders.
Just point them in the right direction towards like a walk-in clinic, because I know that there's quite a few of those.
Because it's important that we recruit people who are sympathetic to those who've offended, often, if not usually, as a result of troubled pasts, difficult childhoods, deprivation and so on. All our meetings take place in public space. We don't allow our volunteers to go to somebody's accommodation or for them to receive an ex-offender into their accommodation. Around boundaries, really. But as well, there is that safety net, I suppose, in having a whole group of people, a whole community, that people keep each other on target, as it were, and you know, are seeing what each other are doing and how people are behaving, and if concerns arise at any time, they will be referred back to me. And you know, we can investigate and take action. So it's carefully supervised. None of our volunteers ever give money, because that could just be handing somebody temptation and you know, a way to fall back into old negative practices.
She arranged a meeting for them to come and see me before I came out of prison, you know, so that way we can like break the ice. And it worked.
The idea really is that we have a chance, he had a chance to relax and chat to us, and we had chat to him. And in fact, he always says that it's so nice going out relaxing, because a lot of the time when they're first out, they have so much time running here to this benefit agent, and they have one night a week where they sit down, just sit and chat, and it's very relaxed, and we talk about all sorts.
Hopefully get a TV Tuesday as well, and Jay's new girlfriend, she's got hopefully a kettle for me. Like, they ask me all sorts of things, so, you know, is there anything you can that we can help with? And obviously sometimes it's just for them to be there and listen to me, like as my friends. I treat them just as my friends, really.
I think it gives you that change of mind frame. The usual people that you're around maybe not so positive, more different outlook on life and what you should be expecting or what you should be doing, different expectations on you, whereas the group, they have a whole different set of expectations, which it's nice to see other people having for you. It helps you to take them on yourself.
Just trying to put more good people around me, really. Do you know what I mean? Like someone always said to me, good will always win over evil. So that's what I'm trying to do this time. I relax, I look forward to it. That's like a proper bit of relaxation time for me. With nice people, and no one's doing no drugs, no, you know what I mean, no one's talking about crime, no one, you know what I mean, it's like, it's helping me change my old lifestyle into a new lifestyle.
I'm a bit dyslexic. I'm not good with applications.
Sure.
Like I said, I can read a book,
Yeah.
but I probably won't understand it.
Yes.
So it was nice to have someone there to help me fill out applications.
Yes.
It was nice to have someone there following me to go to the social, to sign on, to fill in the forms, and it was nice to have, like when I came out, it was nice to have someone follow me down to the HPU, you know.
Well, our volunteers they're not professional social workers, they're not welfare workers, they're not people with particular skills in that area, they're not psychologists. They're, in inverted commas, ordinary people, but quite wonderful people in my opinion. Men and women, young and old, different ethnic groups, who want to share their humanity with people who are struggling.
What's the next port of call? What can you do about that? It varies really. Sometimes I'll speak to him for 5 minutes. The other day I was speaking to him for about an hour, and it's just really going through what he's been through during that day or any anxieties he's had in between the meetings.
Seeing if I can get like 4 or 5 hours free time in the college with a bit of support to help me, because I'm dyslexic, and that obviously to...
Each week we meet up with Dee. We give him a mobile top-up and also his Oyster. His Oyster is a godsend to him. He's saying constantly in meetings how much it helps him, and his mobile top-up so that he's able to phone the various agencies that he needs to deal with.
When things are hard, when you get out of jail, and I mean, I've only just got a kettle a couple of days ago, so I've been out of prison 8 weeks and I've only just got a kettle. So this is the things, you know, where you struggle, you know, like getting bedding and doing things like that. It's easy to chuck the towel in and think, do you know what, I'm going to go and rob that bedding. I'm going to go and feed myself a quilt. I'm going to go and feed myself a quilt cutter, curtains, kettle and all them things. I'm just going to take them, which is what I would have done.
They haven't existed within any sort of should we say kind community, you know, where people are helping each other along. They've existed maybe in a sort of network of people who are looking out for each other to fail or abusing each other, and so that's what they've learnt.
It's like I was doing drugs, having to commit crime to get my drugs to feel better. You know, it's like I was my own doctor, do you know what I mean, my own medicator. I just can't do all that mentally and that no more. And the people are in that associated world of addiction and crime and that, I just can't be doing with it. I just want nice people around me and to try and change my life.
Something similar to what I used to do is happen to one of my families, and seeing the effect it had on my family, on my sister, it's made me realise the effect it might have, the things that I've done might have had on other people. You know, I mean, yeah, I can't change what's happened. Most I can say I'm sorry for what I did. But at the end of the time, but at the end of it, it's like it wasn't really. It was part of me, and it wasn't me. It was what I was under the influence of drugs, I was trying to impress people, well, my companions. I was trying to impress my friends, girls. Yeah, I am sorry for that. And you know, like I said, what happened to my sister made me realise the effect that I've had on people in my past.
So if you see the different headings, have you got one where you'd like to start? You're happy with the accommodation, basically?
Yeah, other than it's a small room, I'm happy, it's comfortable, it's warm, I can cook a meal, I can sleep there, I can have a hot bath every day, so...
Oh, that's good. The next one's relationships then. So how do you feel you're doing with your relationships? Family and friends?
Yeah, I've got a good relationship with my mum, I've got a good relationship with my friends.
We try to wind things up gradually, not just, you know, be full on there 1 week and then the next week, right, that's done, no more support. We do try over the period that the group is operating to find ways to engage, to help somebody engage in the wider community so that they've got a network of support in place for when the group has finished.
And I look back to people who were there for me in my life, and it wasn't ever one individual showing me the way. It was always around a community of people. So there's just a kind of human knowledge, a human, you know, experience that it's only through community that we kind of get through life and we become human, fully human, and who we are.
Many of them are people who have a Christian faith, a deep Christian faith, and are motivated by that faith. One of the remarkable things that happens, I think, in the groups is that even though there is one particular member of the group, the person leaving prison, who has particular needs, very quickly the whole group begins to realise that we're all on a journey together.
As you now know, Pact is an organisation that does tremendously important work with some of the most vulnerable people in our society today. Its work with ex-offenders and people coming out of prison is a particularly important focus. For us, Jesus' care for the prisoner and his insistence that we visit those in prison and in doing so visit him is a great motivation for us in this work of caring for ex-offenders and working with them through these basic communities. So this work is a direct expression of our discipleship and a very concrete expression of our desire to serve the Lord in those who are most vulnerable. So I'm glad to encourage you to get to know this work, understand it, and support it in whatever way you can. That might mean making sure that when you pray, you bring before the Lord those who are in prison, those who are coming out of prison, and those who are going to work with them through these communities. It might mean volunteering to be one of those who work through this system to give that practical support to people coming out of prison. Or it might be that you can make a financial contribution to support this work. Whatever you can do, I thank you, because this is a very concrete and important expression of our love of the Lord and of our discipleship. I thank Pact for their good work, and I hope that this venture goes from strength to strength.